All right, here's our audience. More than 10 people. All right. You recording too? Can you please? All right, going to talk to you today, give a informative discussion about sexism. Sexism is a form of discrimination based on gender. Generally, people are socialized to believe that it's acceptable to be a little sexist. Okay, that being said, boys play with guns, girls play with Barbie and dolls, right? Boys work on cars, girls work in the kitchen. We've all been socialized that way and brought up that way for the most part, and it's generally accepted in society. It has been said that when you scratch the skin of a sexist, you will find a racist just below the surface. Today, I'm going to talk to you about sexism and show you how to identify it when you see it. All right, so let's start with a few definitions. Sexism is a term coined in the mid-20th century and refers to the belief or attitude that one gender or sex is inferior or less valuable than the other. Okay? Gender role socialization is the key ingredient to the development of sexism. Okay? Gender role socialization is the key ingredient to the development of sexism. Socialization is the all-encompassing education process from which values, beliefs, and gender roles are acquired. Okay? Let's talk the Army's definition and how sexism is depicted in the Army. The Army's definition is that sexism is attitudes and beliefs that a gender is inferior or less valuable than the other. That's according to AR 600-20, Army Command Policy. Notice that it says a gender is inferior to another, not male or female, but a gender is inferior. So that's the definition of sexism. The definition of sexist is sexist behavior, rather, is defined as actions or language that discriminate based on a person's sex. And that definition is in freedictionary.com. A sexist, as in the individual that is practicing sexism, is defined as an individual that believes his or her gender is superior. Okay? Now that we've gone over the definitions that are relevant to sexism, I'm going to discuss with you the types of sexist behavior. Okay? The types of sexist behavior, the things you can look for in your unit or your next unit, probably not this one, but your next unit, and identify a sexist behavior so that you can maybe process that and make those corrections if necessary. Okay. All right. One type of sexist behavior, paternalism. Okay. Paternalism is a behavior that takes the form of acting fatherly. Acting fatherly. So, like if a female soldier were, let's say, in this infantry unit, under fire or were hurt for some reason. Hey, watch out, man. You're going to speak. Seriously, video speech. Okay, so if they were under fire and got hurt for some reason, that would be the inclination that we were going to act fatherly or paternalism and try to protect that female soldier more than one of our male counterparts. Understand? Ignoring, okay? That's discounting. That's another type of sexist behavior. That's discounting what a person says is not credible because of their gender, i.e., women may be ignored when they try to talk about sports or like mechanics on vehicles, or males might be ignored when we try to talk about parenting or recipes and cooking. Okay, speaking for, okay, that's not letting a person speak for themselves. An example is interrupting and answering a question that's asked to someone else. In other words, you believe that person can't possibly state what needs to be said. Okay, that's what speaking for means. Another one is testimonials. Everyone's heard of testimonials. An example would be, I'm not prejudiced, I let her take the lead on the project. Okay, that's a testimonial. That is a sign and symptom of sexist behavior. Sexist jokes, that's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, sexist jokes are sexist behavior. Okay. Frequent interruptions. Frequent interruptions indicate that you don't take what someone says seriously. You have a better grasp or understanding of the facts and feel compelled to clarify. That goes a lot with speaking for, and frequent interruptions are relatively similar. That the person can't possibly express themselves or the idea or view of what needs to be said, so you interrupt or speak for them. Okay? Stereotypical language. Using language or statements that reinforce stereotypes, as in, all women are too emotional to handle the stress of combat. That's stereotypical language. Okay? That's hurtful. Titles and ranks. Everybody's seen that in the NCO and officer corps a little bit, but addressing, let's say an example of that would be you address a female as Albright all day long. Her name's Albright. But you address a male as Sergeant Albright. Okay? That's using title and rank in a sexist way. They should always be addressed by title and rank if they possess that title and rank in the military. Okay? Denying opportunities. That's a big one that you can only really influence if you have the power to deny opportunities to someone. You're the commander, first sergeant, selecting people for schools. You might think that, well, I'm not going to send a female to air assault school because they might not pass because it's physically challenging. So that's an example of denying opportunities. Providing more beneficial jobs, positions, or assignments to one gender. Denying opportunities. Dubious supervision. Okay? Dubious supervision. This is a little complicated one. Focusing on problems or crimes committed by a particular group or gender and exploiting those through punishment while ignoring the fact that the other gender or group may be committing crimes as well. An example of that in the military would be women missing work or female soldiers missing work due to pregnancy or pregnancy appointments and stuff like that. That is only a female soldier problem. However, that is a male soldier problem as well. Plenty of male soldiers go to appointments. They have things to do. They miss work as well. So it's not just specific to one gender. Okay? All right. Now that we've identified and discussed the types of sexist behavior, hopefully we'll have an easier time recognizing it when you see it. So, during the informative discussion, I'm going to recap a little bit here. During this discussion, I covered the definitions of sexism, socialization, sexist and sexist behavior. Okay? We also discussed the different types of sexist behavior and gave some examples of each that you can watch out for now in your careers, right? In closing, I'd like to leave you with a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. Of all the evils for which man has made himself responsible, none is so degrading, so shocking as his abuse of the better half of humanity, the female sex. Okay, that was Mahatma Gandhi said that. And thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to my informative talk about sexism. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed giving it.